Oh, we are going to make this happen. We're going to make this happen. I promise you. Welcome. This is going to be a great show, an opportunity to share with you this really the setup to what is coming on Friday. I have the opportunity to share some experiments that I have been doing and the results that I think is going to help a lot of small YouTubers. But to set that up and to share that, I want to go through small YouTuber problems, because on Friday, I am releasing, and thank you for the thumbs up, I am releasing a 3,000 word article over at thetubeblog.com. And that article is going to contain the video that I've been working on today and will edit tomorrow. And it will actually answer some of the YouTuber problems, the small YouTuber problems that we're going to be talking about in this video. There are a lot of basic problems that we have as small YouTubers. And one of the big ones is gathering the data for YouTube to understand who our best audience is, and for us to gather enough data to understand what we need to do to improve our videos. Quite honestly, I mean, when we're just starting out and we get 2, 3, 5, not even 10 views a video, it's hard for YouTube, it's hard for us to really get a good grasp on what to do next. So if we can increase that as we get some traction in our videos as a small YouTuber, this system is going to be very, very helpful. Now, you're going to need some traction. I mean, a brand new YouTuber, it's not going to work perfectly out of the gate. However, I do recommend that this is something that I think should be a good best practice to help, once you do get the traction, to help give you a little bit of advantage moving forward and maybe speed some things up. And that's really it. Even if you just get a few more viewers, it's helpful. A little more watch time, it's helpful. And for those who are monetized, hey, a little more revenue. What's wrong with that? And so that's what this technique will help do. Now, the one thing that it doesn't do is trick YouTube. It's not about tricking YouTube. All the best practices are still in play. Bottom line. I mean, a good thumbnail with, combined with good watch time on the video, good retention, people are watching the video, and even people going to the next video. That combination still is required to grow. But what I'm going to share on Friday will give you a little bit of octane, a little bit of boost to help us. I mean, it really is helpful. That's why larger YouTubers have some advantages, because they can get that view velocity early in their videos. And because they can do that, whether it's because they have subscribers or it's because they have an email list that can drive views, or they have another social media channel, all these things combined can help drive viewers to a video that's been just published, which can help that velocity. But some of us don't have all that and need some support. And so that's what that's about. One of the things that I do is I divide my viewers into 5 stages. Now, I'm sure other people do this in different ways and approaches, but this is my way, the way I look at the viewers. First stage is somebody who has viewed one of your videos. Maybe they found you in search and they found the answer and they moved on. Maybe they found your video in a blog, watched it, moved on. Stage 2 is when somebody watches your first video and then goes on to another video of yours. They like what you had to say. They want to see another one of your videos. That's stage 2. And that is extremely important. And this is a hint for what's coming on Friday, is that this is helping you get more people to stage 2. Because if YouTube sees people like your video, one video, then like another video of yours, chances are they're going to surface more of your videos. And more people we can have in that stage 2 bucket. Now, they don't last there forever. If they don't watch any more videos after the second or third one and they're served all these videos, that opportunity will fade. But the more we can have them in that stage 2, The more people, the more opportunity we have. So stage 2. Stage 3 is when they actually subscribe. When people subscribe, they've gone to stage 3. Stage 4 is when they subscribe and hit that bell icon. Stage 5 are your core fans, your core community, people who show up every time, people who share the good news about your channel. These are the people that are in stage 5 and are certainly very important to your channel. So those are the 5 stages, very important. But getting to stage 2 is probably one of the hardest ways, because if you get to stage 2, then it's a little easier to get people to subscribe because they've seen a few of your videos. And if they see a few more and like them, they most likely will subscribe if prompted or asked or just on their own, and then hitting the bell icon and so forth, and keep coming if you continue to offer some value. So that's really important, getting to stage 2. And that's what this thing does. It really does help get more people to stage 2, more views and all that. And so I want to tell you exactly what it is right now. I finished the article this morning. I finished putting my data in, and let me tell you some of the results. I'll share some of the results of what's happened. So traditionally, when I launch a new video, unless it's a tutorial video that tends to get some, but my traditional videos where I'm just talking about a business idea, concept, supporting the community, I'm going to get a 2 to 3% click-through rate. Now, you can compare yourself to other people on click-through rates and so forth. And I do have many that are 5 and 10 and even 15% click-through rates, but they're rare. They're usually they're usually the tutorial style videos, but not all of them. Not all of them. But 2 to 3%. When I use this technique, my click-through rate goes up to, I don't know, quite often 6 to 9%, and maybe pulls back to 5 or 6%. That's all right. And the amount of views that, if you look at the funnel on your Studio Beta, you'll have that funnel, and at the top of the funnel is impressions, and percent of impressions is kind of the metric that shows how much YouTube actually likes your video, or really the people like your video. And a lot of times it's sitting at around 20, 25%. When I use this technique, it's 50, 60, even 70% at times, mostly hanging around 50%, 50 to 60%. So that's huge. That means more people are following that video and clicking on it. And what else? Obviously, that improves watch time, and again, improves the number of people who go to stage 2. So this is something that I'm really excited about, because it is working. And it'll work differently for everyone. However, I think when we have to deal with small problems that YouTubers have, we need to take on every advantage that we can. But let me again stress, this does not stop, the need, or prevent the need for creating better videos. But again, if you have more data to get, a good sense of what you need to do and what people like and what is really good or not, because you don't have enough data with just a few views on each video, this can really help a lot of small YouTubers. YouTubers, their biggest problem, in my opinion, is lack of data that comes from lack of viewers. And so I'm hoping to improve that. So if you have questions related to small YouTuber problems, I am more than happy to answer what I can from my perspective, where I am at about a 1,400 person subscriber channel with a 250,000 views or so. It is what it is, and where I am. People who enjoy business watch this channel and want to grow their business. This channel is about your journey to grow your business. And we use that using our USC, Unique Success Combination. And my job is to bring ideas and strategies to you to help you improve that winning combination for you. And if you have more interest in that, there is a link in the description below with a download that you can get some more of that information if you are interested. And I know I've been promising to update it. I have most of it updated. I just haven't pulled the trigger on saying it's done. But there's a lot there. So what are some of the struggles I've had on YouTube? You know, I think obviously because the algorithm does change, there were times where I'd get a lot of suggested videos, but we know suggested videos is an important part. 2/3 of video views come from suggestions, and it's a big part of it. And the algorithm switches, and they have different priorities. Right now, a lot of my videos, without going through the system I have, don't even hit the suggested. There's kind of a path of first notifying your subscribers, a percentage of your subscribers, notifying the people who have the bell icon hit, and then go into some browse features and other types of YouTube stuff that will get in front of a few people, and that's it. But quite often, I won't even hit now with the current configuration of the algorithm, won't even hit suggested unless I do something about it. Now, some do. Once they gather enough data, over time, some of those videos do pop and start gaining some steam, but it takes so long and hard. Sometimes it takes up to a year for some of those videos to really gain the steam and data that it needs to put the video in front of the right person. And quite often, sometimes the video that's going to help your video pop hasn't even been made yet. Quite honestly, that's why sometimes it pops later. And so we need to be aware of that and just keep producing and keep that process going. And I think one of the biggest YouTuber problems is, just giving up. I mean, the persistence you have, and this is, I think this is a really important point for everyone. There is no point in which you've arrived. There is no point. Now, you may have met goals, maybe getting to 1,000 or 10,000 or 100,000 subscribers is awesome, and 1 million is awesome. And yes, there's a point in which the flywheel is going and that you're actually making income, but you need to understand when you hit 100 subscribers, you're wondering why you don't have 1,000. And when you have 1,000, why don't you have 10,000? And when you have 10,000, how come you don't have a silver play button? And when you have a silver play button, why don't you have a gold? And, you get a gold, and why is Casey Neistat so good? How come he has 10 million, or 12 million or whatever he is, there's always more if you allow that process to be. So for me, I've always looked at it as, look, we're going to grow at our pace based on our channel. If you have a kids channel that's cute and fun, it's going to grow because those kids are going to watch those videos over and over again. You're going to get views. If you're a guy like me talking business, there's only a limited audience of people who are interested in specifically what I have to say in using the approach that I have. So I have to be aware of that and okay with that, because that allows me to continue. I think that first phase of getting to 100 and say 1,000, or even monetized, but for me it was 1,000. I'm good. Not that I don't want to stop growing. Of course I do. I wouldn't be offering all these new things and experimenting in the lab to see how I can grow my views and subscribers. I wouldn't be experimenting if I didn't care about growing. But I'm okay where I am. And that allows me to continue and not burn out so quickly. I don't burn out. I mean, I just keep making videos because I enjoy making these videos. And if a year from now I'm at 1,700, I'd be a little disappointed, I guess. But the point being is that I'm still okay. I'm still okay. I'm enjoying putting the videos out there. And I think if we understand that there is no point in which you've arrived, you just go for the ride, then you're going to be a much better and, a long time YouTuber. I mean, I think a lot of times we hear about YouTubers and we think, wow, how long have they been around? A lot of them have been around 2, 3, 4 years before we've heard of them because they were persistent. And just like we talk about with social media, in general, it is activity and persistence. You got to be active. You got to be out there producing the videos, being involved in your community, and be persistent and just keep going because you never know when the next step is for you. I've seen some not young YouTubers lately who are in the social media and marketing world who've just flown past my channel, and they should. They're great. They're excellent, and they have some really good insight. And I appreciate what they bring to the table, and they probably connect better with the crowd. My crowd that follows me is 25 to 35. Most of them, like almost 100%. Not all. I mean, there's some on the fringes, obviously, but I would think it would be more 45 to 55. I'm just going based on YouTube's analytics. However, I would think some of those younger folks would have more of a connection. So I'm always aiming a little higher in terms of the age bracket, but I'm happy to help everyone at all levels. I've had the experience, 20, 30 years experience of growing businesses. I've been doing this. And so we bring that to our channels. And sometimes early in the game, in 2 years, a little over 2 years for me, but sometimes it's just hard the first 6 months thinking nobody cares, especially in those early stages. But you just have to keep going, and you will have that opportunity to feel like, okay, the flywheel is going for me. I mean, I add new subscribers every single day, and some people don't early on. So it took a while. It took a while for that to happen. So I know there is progress, and so having benchmarks to show progress is helpful to get you through those times. And you will have those times where you feel, wow, is it time to hang it up? And you know what? I think people at all levels feel that way, whether you have 10,000 or 50 or 200,000, everyone feels that way at some point in time. So what are some other of the YouTuber problems that we like to work through and fix? Well, I think, a lot of times people talk the technical side. And I think there are some technical elements. Obviously, one for me, quite honestly, is audio. Audio is probably the most important part of video. And I have these things here. I have the little fuzzy things on the side. I don't want to pull it off, but they're square. Here, maybe I can show. I have these things here to help with my to deaden the sound. I have this cove shape upstairs, and this is the upstairs of my studio. And yeah, I'm recording from a studio actually. And this is the upstairs, my office. But I get a lot of echo and bouncing around, and I need to improve that. Actually, that's why I record out in the back room, the sunroom to the studio, and that's where I'm recording a lot of the video for Friday, is in the sunroom, because it has the best audio. You can it doesn't bounce around so much, and it sounds a little bit better. And so just continuously refining the little things. I've even looked around this, at my little set here, and I'm thinking, maybe the set isn't so business-like. People are watching a business marketing, and I'm doing something from here. Is that off-putting? That'd be a good question. Let me know if you're watching, or even in the comments in the replay. Do you think the set should be changed? Should it be more business-like? I made it more personally. This is a picture of me when I was a kid, young entrepreneur, and then just things related to me. The giraffe and panda. The giraffe is my wife, and the panda is my daughter. And long stories, but that's the case. So all these things kind of represent me in some way. Let's see. You like the Little House of Big? I like the informal. Okay, you like the informal part. Good. I appreciate that. And that was the idea behind it. But maybe some people who don't know me would say, I'm not sure. But who knows? I mean, maybe it's no big deal to anybody. They don't care. Hopefully the message is good for everyone. Okay, last chance. Any questions related to YouTube development? I'm really looking forward to sharing these ideas with you on Friday. The YouTube video, the blog post, and a smaller version of the blog post will be at roshsillars.com. The tubeblog.com will have the full blog post. And of course, right here on this channel, the video will pop, and we'll share that information. And I'm going to be probably everywhere trying to promote it. Because more than anything, I'd like the data back from other people. I mean, even if somebody says, hey, oh, here we go. I'll get right to you guys in a sec. Hey, if here's what I did, and people say, oh yeah, that's this scenario. They did this way, and this is what happened, and this. So I mean, I'm sure people have done variations of what I'm sharing, and actually, I know that Harley knows what it is because I have shared it with him and a few people the other day and offline. So I said I was going to release this a week from Friday. But I think I told enough people, and I got the article done that Friday was a good deadline, so I moved some videos around. All right, let me take a look here. Let's see. I found moving blankets work well. Oh, yes, deafening the sound. Yeah, that's a good idea. Even off to the side over here, if I just laid it, because I have these little egg carton things at the top, and I just put a blanket on the side. I have thought of something like that, but I hadn't thought of the moving blankets. Good idea. Let's see. I use one of those to keep reflections down in various locations. Yes, good one. Little House of Big. Let's see. Messages held for review. Oh, yeah, show. Okay. There you go. On the side floor behind the camera. Yeah, okay, good suggestions. Okay. See, any other thoughts before we go? I appreciate your input, guys. That's helpful. And I think I may just go down that road. Just on the side, specifically, I think that's really what I need is over here to help just absorb that bounce from the rest of the room. That's a great way to go. Hey, Harley, have you thought about that? The system that I'm launching on Friday? I got into a lot more detail. 3,000 words about it. Sorry, I posted a link to Mike. YTube is holding it for review. You can find them at guitarcenter.com. Yeah, no, I actually approved it. So thank you. So yes, I saw that. Perfect. Yeah, started putting things together, but haven't got it fully implemented yet. Yeah, and there's a lot. I think there are a lot of approaches, even using advertising methods and combinations. I think there's something to this. And let me tell you, I looked at the data, and yeah, everything looks positive. I mean, it doesn't, make a viral hit, but boy, does it give you more of an opportunity. And if it's deserving of being a viral hit, it can get there a little bit quicker with this. Otherwise, a lot of these videos that go through this process continue to grow, even if it's at a slower pace, but they don't just stop a lot of the time. They just have the opportunity to catch on. And of course, I put a few bad ones through and they didn't do so good. But even with that, I took them out of the system and they're still growing on their own. So we're still young in the game, but I see a lot. Getting velocity off the ground can be a challenge. And I think this can help anybody. And I thought about it later that just, how many people would be interested in getting 10% more, revenue, or 20% more revenue than what they're getting now. Right. And I'm getting, double the views and triple and quadruple the views on some of the videos. So, hey, I hope this goes well. I hope people share it, and I hope we get some feedback, plus or minus, all directions. And I don't think the only thought I had, last thought on this is, could this be against terms of service, with YouTube? And I don't see how it can be. I really don't. It can't be. YouTube is still in control, and we're not tricking YouTube. So I think we may have a winner. So hold on to it. Keep it under your hat, Harley, if you would. And little House of Big, thank you for being here. And say, Harley, yeah, I don't see how to be a violation of terms of service either. So I think we're on to something. I'm looking forward to sharing this on Friday. Thank you guys for being here. We'll talk to you next time.